Welcome back to the Mullen Performance Audio channel. So tonight, it's late at night. My son's in bed, my wife's in bed. I decided the wife's working some overtime and stuff, and I have to watch the son when I get home. And the only time I got was after he went to bed and after she went to bed. So figured I'd come out to the garage. I'm usually up until 11:30, sometimes 12. I don't sleep as much as they do, which I should probably get more sleep, but I've always been able to work off for like 5-6 hours, and as long as it's 5 or 6 good hours, you wake me up, I'm worthless after that. So anyway, so I was watching oh god, I'm sorry, Toyd and DIY Audio Guy. I was watching their stream last night, and I kind of got an idea because I'd mentioned, hey, use Kool-Aid to do stain, because I don't know, I got this big heart on for stain lately about just picking up a new, a new something I can do, a new trait or whatever you want to call it, new skill set, whatever. So couldn't find no Kool-Aid packets today. Strangely enough, Kool-Aid, been around for a million years, can't find no packets. So I texted my mom, I said, hey, if you run by the store for any reason today, see if you can find me some Kool-Aid packets. She said, okay. So she finds me some Kool-Aid packets. She said, what do you want? I said, I don't care, I'm going after colors. It doesn't matter what it is. She goes, all right. So she comes back, she says, the only thing they have at the store now is this. This is a tiny little 0.13 ounce bag of Kool-Aid. I mean, these things are what, half the size they used to be from back in the day? I'm like, oh man. So she said, well, I got you 3 of each. I said, all right, cool. So the whole point of this tonight was, of course, everybody knows Kool-Aid stains everything. And there's tons of videos you can get on YouTube, and you can look it up, where guys have stained wood with Kool-Aid. Hell, anybody that's ever had it as a kid, any parent knows it stains everything. Your skin, your lips, whatever it lands on, whatever your kid spills it in, your carpets, whatever. So, but I've never played with it. I've never tried it. They're just kind of staining it. I don't see a lot of people trying to use it for, stuff like we would use it for. A lot of it's just kind of like, not really, kind of like kid stuff and everything. It's not really for people doing like full-size projects with, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen anybody do a full-size project using just Kool-Aid. But that might be something that I do. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. I decided to do red. The most common stains everything color. So I started out, I went to Menards. I got some tongue oil because I wanted to try just an oil finish on one. I did the polyurethane. I wanted to do a lacquer finish, but they didn't have no lacquer at the store, which was my favorite finish, which is also the one that you see over here on this box. This was the one that I put the lacquer finish on. And this is the one that, I turned out real smooth and everything. And this is the one I like the best, but they didn't have any. So I kind of went a wild card. I was walking out and I said, you know what? Let's just try plain old Rust-Oleum clear. Why not? I've done weirder crap. Let's see what happens. I mean, we're still just clearing a piece of wood. Okay. So here's what happened. So first with the tongue oil, I decided just to put a little tongue oil on a piece of wood. I didn't prep it or anything. I don't know if that shows up. Of course, it's just wood. It's just going to darken it up. It's just to basically go over, wood. I mean, it's more of a natural finish. So here's nothing but tongue oil. And you can see how much that Kool-Aid stained that wood. And I'll show you my process here in a minute. It's red, but it's not red. I'd say it's more like an orange. And I went 3 packets, and Little tiny pack. Look at these things. Look how tiny these things are. Little tiny packs of Kool-Aid. So I got purple and I got orange, and I will try the other colors. Now I imagine some of these things will work better with different colors, like darker colors and lighter colors. So here we go. Oh, hold on. There we go. So the first one, the polyurethane. So this is a brush on poly. Now I did all my preps. I'll show you what my prep was. This kind of turned it into a pinkish color. Can you see that? Yeah. See that kind of pinkish color? But that polyurethane is kind of, it's cloudy. So, I mean, that's polyurethane. That's what it does. Now, this would probably work really good over a darker color. I'm sure there's 100 of you screaming, yeah, I already know that, dumbass. Well, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew polyurethane was, I knew it had that kind of that cloudy color, but I kind of figured, I didn't think anything about it actually working probably better over a darker color than a lighter color. Because whatever you put it on, it's going to kind of turn that milky color. And as soon as I put it on there, it kind of turned it pink. And I'll show you what I did. You can see on the top corner there where some of it peeled off. That was the first coat. Let's see if I can get it. That was the first coat, and this is the difference between the first and the second coat. And yes, I did sand these and prep them and do everything you're supposed to. And these really aren't even dry. I just did them like 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and I hit them with the heat gun. And something else you really don't want to mess around with is the heat gun too much on this stuff. You want to let it dry naturally, because when you hit them with the heat gun, they start to bubble, and it doesn't look very good. So anything you do, just let it dry. Leave the heat gun out of it. The best thing I think to do on a lot of this stuff is just time. Do one, walk away from it. Do one, walk away from it. You know, quit messing with it. Right before you get ready to go in for the night or you're done in the garage, put on your coat of whatever and walk away from it. Come back the next day, you know, do your prep again, whatever you want. Scotch-Brite it up, however you want to prep your surface, and go back and do it again. So, and of course, this was the clear. And you see how that turned out. So, color-wise, it stayed a lot more red than the polyurethane. I'm not touching this because this is still kind of, it's going to get a sticky fingerprint in the middle of it if I do. And I don't want to do that. But you can tell how much more that red stayed in that wood. Now, if you like a really glossy finish, I kind of do. I don't know why. I like the bling bling because I'm bougie like that. This is all right. This is fine with me too. I wouldn't mind this. This is 3. You know, like I said, this is 3 of these. This stuff is. You see how? You see, it's almost blood. But the thing of it is, I mean, my finger's red now. It wasn't red enough. It needed more. So I think if you're going to do any type of Kool-Aid stain, you need to go to town with the Kool-Aid. You really need to get it dark as you can get it, and put on maybe 2 or 3 coats. That's probably going to be the difference between actually using a regular stain. Because like if I was to use like this. This stuff went a lot farther, I should say. A little bit of this went a lot farther than a lot of that. But here's my process. I would leave the 60 grit out of it. You can see the sanding swirls. That's just what I had laying over here on the workbench. Leave the 60 grit out of it. I hit it. I sanded it with the 120. And then I hit it with the pre-stain. Thank you, Deviant, for turning me on the pre-stain. It does very good. I did the water wipe, is what I did. And wiped and cleaned everything down. I started off with 2 0.13, was it grams? Whatever. Of Kool-Aid. You cooler guys might be able to know what that measurement is. I don't know. And then I switched to 3. And then I gave it a soak for about 3 minutes in Kool-Aid is what I did. So, and then I would highly recommend that. and then I had to do times two because one wasn't enough. You always need a second coat. And then I went to a second coat of Kool-Aid, or second Kool-Aid dunk, and then a 3-minute soak, and then I went to the finishes. I wiped it down a little bit so to make sure there was no residual on it. I finished. I hit it with my finish, so I hit it with my tongue oil, and then poly, and then clear, and then repeat the whole process. Red Scotch-Brite. Now you can put a red Scotch-Brite on your little sander, little DA sander, whatever you want to call it, palm sander, and just go over it a couple times. The red does, the green does nothing. The red will take off a good coat of that. I do recommend the red probably more. And repeat the process until you're happy. So probably when you get down and you're starting to get to really the way you look, I would switch to a green and lightly go over it, and then hit it with whatever you're going to finish it with, poly or that clear coat. I don't know if it's worth it. You know, that's why I like doing these little experiments. I don't know if it's worth it. It'd take a lot more work to do the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid stain. Because with the Kool-Aid stain, I mean, you're putting on a lot of material and you're having to redo it multiple times. And I don't know if I would like to do that multiple times. See if I can get you set up here, guys. Oh, I've only been out here maybe 45 minutes. My legs are already numb. Back issues suck. All right, enough complaining. So what I would do is I would stick to regular stain. I don't know if Kool-Aid stains are worth it. I guess if you didn't want to have a whole lot of money in it, and it's more to you if rubbing, elbow grease is more important, then yeah. And I'll try a darker one. If you guys want me to try like a darker purple or a green or something, I'll try one of those. Maybe a darker color would be better than that lighter color, that red. I don't know. I wouldn't want to do a whole box and then hit it with a poly and turn it pink. I'd have to clear coat it, but that was a lot of clear on that one little piece. You would have to use a lot of clear to get. I think that was my 4th coat of clear after I did the red Scotch-Brite and then that, and then that was 4 times doing that, and that's a lot for one little piece of wood. So I don't know if that would be worth using a whole bunch of clear on a regular size box. Like Justin was talking about, you could try unicorn spit, but that's going to cover up a lot of the grain. The good thing about that stuff is that you can see a lot of grain through that. You can see a lot of sanding marks because I was stupid and used too aggressive a sand paper to start off, but that's fine. That wasn't the point. The point was just the color and to see what it looked like under a clear. So, all right. That's my late night experiment. That's my off the cuff video. Spur of the moment. Tired. Cramping. Legs. Back. Old man. All right. You guys have a good day.